Hello, my name is Eric and I'm with amoresuccessfulyou.com, and today I want to talk about the limit definition of the derivative. Okay, so let's get into it. So the limit definition of the derivative is usually expressed in one of two ways. So the way that I like to talk about it is at a point we have the limit as x approaches a of f of x minus f of a divided by x minus a. And an alternative expression, and this is for the derivative in general, not just at any point in the domain of f. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. The limit as h goes to 0. That is f prime of x. So I'd like to go into 3 examples where we apply both equations and we see what the result is. Okay. So step one, just we have to figure out what we need for each component of this equation, and then we'll take the limit. Okay, so let's dummy proof these equations. I always like to dummy proof them because that way, if it works for the base case, then we are hopeful that it works for any other case that we come across. Okay, so let's let f of x equal 1 and a equals 5. So the derivative should be 0 for all x because we have a constant function. So let's do it. Alright, so the limit as x approaches a of f of x, which is 1, f of a is 1, and then we have x minus 5, a equals 5, equals limit x goes to 5, 0 over x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, perfect. And you might be asking, so why does 5, so when we plug in 5 for x, we have 0 over 0. But the difference is that we have 0 on top and something that's non-zero on the bottom, because in the limit, we're not plugging in 5. We're taking numbers close to 5 and then getting closer and closer to 5. And then eventually we'll get to 5, but it'll be 0 this whole time because 0 divided by any number is 0. Okay, let's do the other one. Limit as h approaches 0. We have f of x plus h, which is still 1, minus 1 over h. So again, we get limit h goes to 0, 0 over h equals 0. Perfect. So we got f of x equals 0. Alright, let's do a little bit more difficult problem. F of x equals x squared, a equals 1. So f of a equals 1, f prime of x equals 2x, and f prime of a equals 2. Alright, so let's do it. So limit as x goes to 1, we have x squared minus f of a, which is 1, divided by x minus 1, equals limit as x goes to 1, we have x plus 1, x minus 1, we factor, cancel, equals limit x goes to 1, x plus 1 equals 2. Perfect. Alright, let's do the h. Limit as h approaches to 0, goes to 0 of x plus h squared minus x squared over h equals limit h goes to 0. We have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared over h. So the x squareds cancel, and we'll divide by h. We get 2x plus h. And h goes to 0, so that's 2x. Perfect. So that ties out. Alright, let's do one more example. And we'll do a line here. So let's write down our equations again, because that's what calculus is about. It's about writing down the equation and then plugging in the numbers. And also, it's good to understand the picture, but really, if you understand the equations, you'll go far. Okay. So let's let f of x equals 5x plus 1. So an a equals to -4. So f of a equals -19. F prime x equals 5 from the power rule. And then f prime of a is -19. Alright, so let's do this. Limit x approaches -4. We have 5x plus 1 minus plus, because we're going to take the minus, we're going to subtract a negative number, we're just going to add it, divided by x plus 4 equals. And so from studying limits, when we have the same coefficient term, the highest coefficient term, the limit as so this ends up going to 0 over 0. But since the limit of this, since these are the same coefficient, they go at the same speed to 0. Actually, no. We can factor this. 5x plus 4 over x plus 4 equals limit x goes to -4 of 5 equals 5. Okay, we don't need to explain that. But essentially since these have the same coefficient, they're both x to the 1, then we can just, when we take the limit, it'll just go to x. Or it'll just go to 5 divided by 1. Okay, let's do the limit h approaches 0 for completeness. We have x plus 5, x plus h plus 1 minus f of x, 5x plus 1, divided by h equals 5x plus 5h plus 1 minus 5x minus 1 divided by h. This canceled with this canceled with this. We're left with 5h on the top and an h on the bottom. So that checks out. Perfect. Okay. So my tips for you guys is to don't be freaked out by the limit. Really just you figure out what we need. We need f of x, f of a. We know what x is, we know what a is. And then plug it into the equation and hopefully it factors. And if it doesn't, then just apply the properties of the limit. You really shouldn't need to use the properties of the limit until you get down to a spot where you really need to. You should keep trying to manipulate the equation until it gets to a spot that you are comfortable with. And don't be freaked out by, we're going to be dividing by 0, because in most cases, we're actually not going to be doing that, because like here, once we factored it out, it was just 5. So if this video was of use, hit the like button, comment below on any suggestions or tips that you have for me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much and have a great day. See you.